Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. I am Shuhadah binti Abdul Hadi, and my another two friends, Amylia Shuhadah binti Muhammad Nizam and Muhammad Syahmi bin Muhammad Zaid, are going to present on the mini project titled Contamination in Sungai Selangor Road to Water Crisis. Let's begin with the abstract. The objective is to create a filtration system, so-called Vibratory Shear Enhanced Processing System, VSEP, for the chemical waste before it is disposed throughout a manhole. The VSEP system is basically the most suitable filtration in treating contaminants, as its filtration rate is 10 times higher than the other modern technologies. Next, I'm going to present on the introduction. The objective of this report is to create a filtration system for the chemical waste before it is disposed down the stream. The main problem in this mini project is water pollution in Sungai Selangor that brings to a disruption of water supply across the Klang Valley. Sungai Selangor pollution has been traced to a factory which disposed solvents throughout a manhole flowing to an Indah Water Consortium sewerage plant. The premise was suspected to store scheduled waste such as ink, paint and pigment waste and then dispose of through a manhole. Vibratory Shear Enhanced Processing System is used for treatment of a chromate-based solution. It uses an ultra-filtration membrane module to treat contaminant from the filter press operation in order to recover pigments and generate a premier stream. For the treatment of contaminant at this inorganic pigment, an additional filter press followed by a cross-flow membrane filtration system must be used. With the Vibratory Shear Enhanced Processing System, the treatment of wastewater can be allowed more efficiently together with the recycle of the concentrated rejected pigment.
Next is literature review. So for the literature review, water pollution issues are a major challenge that humanity is facing in the 21st century. According to previous studies, water pollution occurs when there are chemicals, physical or biological components are affected that affect the state of the water body with regard to such as beneficial uses. And it was also reported that many pollutants are mostly toxic chemicals. It was proved by researchers that the main source of heavy metals such as arsenic, cadmium, chromium, cuprum, nickel, plumbum, mercury, and zinc contaminate in Port Klang were industrial wastewater and port activities. However, there are also researchers that argue that they also claim that the problem of illegal sand mining or excessive and unregulated sand mining are the causes to the pollution of the water of the river and lead to water crisis in the Klang Valley. Seminyak River, also one of the river in Malaysia, where the major source of pollution are human activities associated with urbanization, industrialization, agriculture, and mining activities. Water crisis is one of the major effects of water pollution, and the water pollution relation with water crisis are proved in the research at Port Klang by M. Zainura Asmawi and Aina Nawara Ibrahim. They state that the reason of water crisis was because of the water pollution that caused by human activities such as mining. According to previous studies, membrane filtration is commonly used when particle filtration alone is not sufficient water reuse. Reverse osmosis, or we call it RO, is one of membrane filtration which solution to water pollution. Ultrafiltration is also considered to be an effective treatment method for the development of reusable water after conventional wastewater treatment. Industry that use a large amount of water or discharge highly radioactive waste are candidates for the reuse of water. filtration, and granular activate carbon, or we call as GAC, is one of activated carbon treatment technology, and absorption of the GAC is well established technology in water and advanced wastewater treatment for the removal of organic compounds from the liquid process. Activate carbon treatment technology, however, has the disadvantage of secondary risk of contamination and inconvenient recovery. That's all from me.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syahmi, and let's start with methodology. So there are 6 steps that we must take to solve the problem. The first one is start the project by finding the research question, which is what is the suitable filtration system to curb Selangor filtration problem. The second one is understanding the problem. The third one is choosing suitable solution, which is PHY370 systems. And then start the body project, test the subject, and if the test is failed, we must go back to the third step, which is choosing suitable solution. And if the test is a success, then the problem is solved. So let's continue with understanding the problem, which is the second step of methodology. What is the suitable filtration system in order to curb Selangor water contamination problem? This question was based on the chaos caused by the water contamination problem in Selangor's river. The river have been contaminated by several factories at the riverside and paying to the water to the river. This caused chaos as the Sungai Selangor is the main raw water source for the Klang Valley people beside of Sungai Langat. For the third step of the methodology is choosing suitable solution. The most suitable solution that we have found in order to curb the water contamination problem in Selangor is the ultrafiltration system called as vibratory shear enhanced processing system, which it can eliminate the pigment from the waste produced by the factory in the river. And the fourth step of the methodology is starting the body project. To start the body project, we need to realize that the materials used in this project must be reliable. So we recognize that the type of membrane a big factor in order to increase the filtration rate. So we choose the right one in order to increase the filtration rate. Another factor that affect the filtration rate is pressure. The PSEP operate around 1000 psi, so this high pressure will produce more clear permeate per time. Another important factor is the temperature. So higher operating temperature will increase the water flow in the process. So by increasing the flow of the water, we can increase the filtration rate. As the name suggests, vibration amplitude also play an important role in this filtration system, as the right vibration will increase the filtration rate. And another factor is residence time, which is the time between the contaminated water will enter the tank. So this is the diagram layout of the filtration system. Let's proceed. So the result of the project have been put on this table, which point out the several criteria to compare between the conventional filtration system and the VSEP systems. The criteria is filtration rate, energy, cost, and size. For the filtration rate, the conventional filtration system usually has low to the medium filtration rate compared to the higher one in VSEP system. The energy use also high in conventional filtration system, which is not good because lower energy mean lower cost. So the VSEP system have lower energy use. As I said before, higher energy mean higher costs, and that's applied to the filtration system as the conventional one have higher costs compared to the VSEP counterpart. The size of conventional filtration system also larger than the VSEP system, as the VSEP is more compact.
Let me explain on the discussion. Vibratory shear enhanced processing system employs torsional vibration of the membrane surface, which creates high shear energy at the surface of the membrane in order to increase separation and reduce fouling of a membrane. High shear rates at the membrane surface allow solids and foulants to lift off the membrane surface. Dependent on the pressure applied and the filtration rate, the suspension layer thickness can vary. Vibratory shear enhanced processing system has been successfully applied in industries ranging from medical, latex concentration, acid clarification, pigment washing, and treating groundwater. Since colloidal fouling is avoided due to the vibration, the use of pre-filters is not required. In addition, the throughput rates of vibratory shear enhanced processing system are 5 to 15 times higher in terms of gallons per square foot per day when compared to other types of membrane system. The sinusoidal shear wave propagating from the membrane surface act to hold suspended particles above the membrane surface, allowing free transport of the liquid media throughout the membrane. Vibratory shear enhanced processing system employs torsional oscillation at a rate of 50 Hz at the membrane surface to inhibit diffusion polarization of suspended colloids. This is a very effective method of colloid repulsion as sinusoidal shear wave from the membrane surface help to repel oncoming particles. The result is that suspended solids are held in suspension hovering above the membrane as a parallel layer where they can be washed away by gentle tangential crossflow. This washing away process occurs at equilibrium. Pressure and filtration rate will determine the thickness and mass of the suspended layer. Particles of suspended colloids will be washed away by crossflow, and at the same time new particles will arrive. The removal and arrival rate will be different at first until parity is reached and the system is at a state of equilibrium with respect to the diffusion layer. This layer is permeable and is not attached to the membrane but is actually suspended above it. In vibratory shear enhanced processing system, this layer acts as a nucleation site for mineral scaling. Beneath the hovering suspended solids, water has clear access to the membrane surface. These are the references that have been used in completing this mini project.